This is Deb. Lamman, how are you doing? Let me just say that I'm the little redheaded girl who grew up to give Sigmund Freud vagina envy. I need some help, my friend. I grew up at 50, to become the next Dave Chappelle. But I'm not going to the clubs, right? I don't have that background. I'm gonna sit here on my yoga ball next to Troy's painting, and I'm gonna philosophize. I'm gonna Socratic Monologue. It's the Kathy Griffin of love, of loving Black men. I'm gonna take on racism, and I need your help. I have worked so diligently for so long trying to pull together a small entercation empire here. Hashtag redheaded She-Hulk. My friend, I got the brand, I've got everything. I just can't figure out how to build a platform by myself, because the core of the redheaded She-Hulk was not the gamma radiation Bill Bixby suffered from. It's mold and the pollution of our society. I've had multiple chemical sensitivity, and that causes mold rage, just like the Incredible Hulk. But as the redheaded She-Hulk with 3 feet of red hair, I go green with heart chakra love. And what I do is try to make philosophical arguments to teach us how to think more clearly about being human. Shouldn't this make more sense? Why would grown adults vote for the 45th asshole? Well, I'm the person who can be a prominent anti-racist who loves Black people, respects Black people in all ways, sees absolutely no difference for over 30 years. I'm the one who can teach the white people who keep demanding they be recognized for not being racist and then go do just all kinds of racist shit. Most especially just underestimating Black intelligence, right? That's this thing that it's subtle. It's a sense. It's not this overt racism. It is that they literally continue to have some sort of barrier of otherness that they can't think through. And that's what started me off with the Freud and the psychoanalysis and things like that. But philosophically, I think we can unpack these things and see racism as a culturation and stop taking it personally as a heart thing and look at it slightly more objectively. What did the Jeffersons teach to America? What did Sanford and Son teach? These things are where we can change the world. Where's this right now, 2020? Entertainment that's demonstrating racial harmony. The laws didn't work, the movements didn't work, the protests didn't work. There's been iteration after iteration of that sort of change. What has to change is that we've educated our kids to memorize, to be told what to do, to fit in like sheep. I'm really necessary. And good Lord, it's like people, I'm having trouble. Why I was as large as I was. Hopefully you can tell it's 150 pounds so far. And I'm asking you to underwrite, executive produce, getting into my lean giraffe state. The fable of my life is spending 49 years as a polar bear in a polar bear body, totally isolated. That's why I'm like shouting at you, Richard T. Jones just left me on the side of the mountain. I had to go there. It's a great metaphor. And in my loneliness, in the hermitage, I wrote a movie for me, you, and Jill Scott. You and I, reconnect 25 years on a tweet. Beautiful, meet cute. I wanted to cute meet that, but anyway, tweet meet. You get it. I'm practicing my craft over here. I haven't gotten the support to get really into my stand-up philosophy zone. But you can see the power of this material, this improv I got. But it takes, actually, me keeping to a short enough amount of time that people will want to re-listen to it. Because all of the interconnections, I'm kind of like German, right? Or French, where you have to put the adjectives behind, is like the structure of the language alters. Well, I'm thinking philosophically and talking philosophically in stream of consciousness. And it's very matrixed. And all I'm doing is I have an alphabet of Deb's salient experiences. And I'm going and I'm trying to go, well, what is the back and forth talking to Lamman as I have, a little bit of data in my head where I can establish context really quickly, because I really do need help quite urgently. I'm a world evolver. I'm a degreed philosopher from Carnegie Mellon who spent all of this lifetime trying to come at the hard problem of consciousness from the fact that, well, it's the only obvious thing that we know for sure. So stepping around it and playing with it and using all of my, decades of software implementation consulting to self-fund a decade of chronic disease and being unable to earn a living because the bars of the US of hypocrisy leave so many valuable people homeless, out of work, incarcerated. Because we've created jobs that require people to give up their souls. It's capitalism intertwined with racism. It has to be fully understood and unpacked in the circles of people who have impact and influence, who understand evolutionary logic. And we need to stop having people with money running a society through their dollars while we shadow believe it's a democracy. And people who are good at the game of capitalism, which is sequestering money and resources away from the many into their own pocket. They aren't the ones who should be making civilization level decisions. It's two separate things. But now everyone is beholden to billionaires. We're going to let Elon Musk be the emperor of Mars forever? He grew up in apartheid South Africa. He may not be evil, but there were beliefs that got in him early that say, at the very least, we need to have him aware of that, him having a wise feminine philosopher on his circle of conversationalists so that he can see his own blind spots. I mean, I see his blind spots. He can't see it. He can see my blind spots, which is that I'm fucking broke, and both of y'all can write me a check so that I can really do some important work to help humanity evolve past the crises of 2020. All right, my friend, here we go. Here we go. Thank you so much. Holler at me, debhelfrich@gmail.com.